Yeah, once again, good evening, everyone. Yes, I welcome you all for this AWS Solutions Architect Training Program. I'll just recap what we have spoken yesterday. So, yesterday we have gone through some of the additional services, right? Especially in the areas of security and, of course, the cost related. So, those which we have spoken yesterday are very, very, very important, I tell you. Security services, yes, we were going through in continuation with the previous day. We have gone through the security services, like we most important one I'm just specifying, the cognitive service. Okay, we initiated with the cognitive service. Okay, so we understood about the user pools and identity pools, and also the especially the some terminology like SAML, OpenID Connect, etc., etc., all those things. Please go through the documentation for more information. So that is one. And the later we also understood about firewall. Firewall, very, very important service. We know about security groups earlier, but we have gone through the firewall manager. So this firewall can be configured using your ACLs or the lists, the what we call is the rules allow or deny for your VPC or the network, a complete network. Okay, so that is again very, very important is to make your organizational secure. Right, we spoke about the firewall, the important ones especially. And then I think we also spoke about what we call as, I think we artifacts, we already spoke that compliance services the day before yesterday itself. We spoke about organizations also, most important one, the organizations, AWS organizations. So account consolidations, if you have multiple accounts, if you want to club it and then go through in a single view, you can use this AWS organizations, and you get number of benefits. So you get one question compulsory from AWS organizations. Please go through that. And we also learned about AWS config, the configuration management service, where you get a global view about all the configurations which you hold. So that is another one. Guard duty, inspector, all these services also are security services. We have gone through those. Apart from that, we also gone through this cost explorer and AWS budgets. Budgets, there is a difference between budgets. Budgets is only allocations, and also it will tell you basically you can also create your SNS alerts, so that if the allocations are exceeding, yes, you can basically get an alert using this what we call as this SNS service, notification service, based to the subscribers which you have configured. And in Cost Explorer, yes, you can get the details about the service which you are using, the bill details, etc., etc., whatever you specify. So please go through all the services. Organizations also very, very important. Yeah, any specific questions? Please do ask me. So these are all some of the important services. Please go through all the services which are relevant for the captions are very important. The title is very, very important. And I think we have also gone through one of the service, I think if I remember, which is what is that? Just a second. Yeah, we spoke about budgets, we spoke about inspector. Yeah, trusted advisor. I spoke about that, trusted advisor. So please remember, the free service also gives you, trusted advisor, but with the basic checks. Only 6 security checks are given to you. I specified some of them. Open, like all what we call as permissions given to security groups, or if you don't have a root MFA access, something like that, it will show you. Basically that there is less security or something like that. Knowingly, whatever you can do, but it will give you an view about what are all the security assignments which are weak security assignments which are there. Yeah, so these are all the things which you have gone through. Yes, any quick questions? Please let me know now. If there are no questions, let us push to today's topic. Still many topics, some more topics are there. We will try to cover as many as possible for today. Yes, please. See, all these topics are, if you say maybe one question, two questions, one, or sometimes you may not get any question in the exam, but it is always advisable for you to learn these topics at least to a foundational level. Yes, please. A response. If you don't have any questions. Yes,
nothing, sir. Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Okay. Others also please respond. We will move ahead with today's topic. Meanwhile, you also open your what we call is canvas also. We will do one of the exercise.
Yeah, no questions.
Yeah, Chandan, no questions?
No questions, sir.
No questions from Sharmila. I hope all of you are seriously working on all the services. Yes, no question. So that is a minimum thing which you should really focus on. If you are not serious, then you have to be serious. You have to be very serious. If you are going for an interview or at least a job change or maybe what we call is going for an exam, anything, you have to really brush up all the things what you have done from the beginning till the topics which you have completed. No doubt, even though we complete the syllabus, if you still have questions, you can very well ask. We are there in the WhatsApp. We are connected always. We are connected always. I don't come out from the group which we have already created. So it will be there, and you can always ask questions related at any point of time. We are still connected to each other. Okay. So yes, let me just share my screen. Yeah. So see, meanwhile, please open this what we call as your canvas also. Let us do one of the module first. Okay, maybe what I say. Yeah, module 14 we will finish off. Then I'll speak about module 13. In module 13, I have a topic to cover. Basically, that is containers. Okay, containers. I'll be speaking about the containers because we already spoke about Lambda. We already spoke about the serverless, basically Lambda and all those things. But once I complete this container, then we will go through this module 13. But there is something which you need to know about this container. We don't have a lab, I tell you. If you want to do the lab, yes, there is a lab. You can do that. But definitely it is not free of cost. Containers is not free of cost. It doesn't come what we call is in your what we call is in your canvas, nor even in what we call is free tire also. It doesn't come. But still you can do that. If you want to do, yes, I have a video prepared for that. It is available in the AWS playlist because the next generation, they may ask, clients also are equivalently focused to this containerization. So they are asking about containers a lot. Are you, even though you become a solutions architect associate, there is a pretty chance that customers may ask you, can you create a container? Because containers will definitely showcase the business, the model which you are doing, the same model, but at a very cheaper rate, very cheaper rate. Maybe you can expect at least 25 to 30% benefit if you know about the same instance will be there, the same instance, the same things which will be there. But if you host on a container, and especially in a large scale enterprise, if the client is having one or two systems, just create the instances as it is. If the client is having about 10 to 15 instances, then it is always better to have a container and then deploy it. Better, the good things in container is that you have a dynamic control. You have a dynamic control. Flexibility is there. The the purchasing power also is lesser. So why? Because of this, all these features, maybe a little bit technically higher. I don't deny that, technically higher, but still the solutions architect, if they know about the containerization, microservices, then definitely he can show some good benefit for an organization. I hope this is clear for everyone, but still I will go through the container part. But meanwhile, I think everyone has opened this particular one. What is that? Where is that? Module 14, knowledge check. We will finish off this one. This is only a very simple topic, disaster recovery. I'll tell you there are some key 1 or 2 points which you should know. I'll tell you about that RPO and RTO. If you know that, this is more than enough. That is, I'm not saying those things are technical, non-technical, but still I'll explain about that because this is the disaster recovery. So as a solutions architect, you should understand the terminology about the first question itself is RPO and RTO. Yeah, everyone is ready? Module 14?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chandan, ready? Yes, everyone? So the concept of RPO and RTO should be understood. It's not a big thing. It's a quality concept. It is a quality concept. So every customer, when you buy an instance or when you go buy a mobile phone from the from any shop, what do you expect? What do you expect? So whenever there is a failure, till the failure happens, we don't worry. We don't worry at all. But when the failure happens, you go to the showroom. What is the first question you will ask? My system has gone for a failure. My mobile is gone for a failure. He'll say that, give me that mobile. Give me that mobile, we'll work on that and we'll let you know within a day. So what is your immediate reaction? Yeah, please be interactive.
Can the data be recovered?
That is one. That is one.
And
Data.
how
So
long
is
does
there
it
any
take
major
to?
damage? Can this be repaired very soon? The first thing is that how fast you can repair my system. Yes or no? If he says that come back after 1 week, what is your immediate reaction?
Why it is
We'll go
taking
to
so
some
long?
other.
He'll become angry, right? So if he says that no, we will see within 3 or 4 hours and let you know when what can be done. Okay, okay, please do that. Can it be more because I have more urgency like that? You'll ask definitely. So that is called as RTO, recovery time objectives. What is the acceptable time for recovery? Is this clear? RTO, maximum acceptable. If he says one day we will get your mobile repaired, okay, one day is okay. I can sacrifice. But if he says it will take 3 days, what will you do? You'll say that no, sorry, 3 days is too high. Please do it. Please do it. One day is okay. Similarly, that is personal completely. I hope everyone is understanding. That is personal. But if it is business, how much time can you hold? If the business is not running,
As minimum
huh?
as like
As minimum as possible. Some people can sustain, but not all people can sustain without running business. That how much time you can accept, that is called as RTO, recovery time objective. What is RTO? How much maximum time acceptable until R for
Recovery.
recovery.
Yeah.
Is this clear? And now RPO. RPO, RTO are the two measures. RPO is recovery point objective, right? So he'll say that, okay, we can repair your system, but we are not guaranteeing the data, right? One fellow will say, okay, whatever data is there in the SD card is okay, that is yours, but whatever data is there in the system, we don't know how much your business can accept. If you are having a backup, well and good. If you don't have backup, if you don't have a backup, then you will start sweating, right? Yes or no?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have backup. Oh, okay, okay. I have all the contacts backup. No problem. I'm not in a big this thing. And also certain minutes, small things are okay. But what is there in the business? In the business also, if the server has gone for a failure, if you are having backup, full backup, then it's okay. The last backup was about 1 week back taken. Then what is your RPO? What is the maximum acceptable data loss? Is this clear? RPO and RTO? RPO is the maximum acceptable data loss. Your data loss acceptable is only for 1 hour. Your business is very critical. Beyond that, you can't. You can't. So what you need to do? You need to take daily backup. And also sometimes every 2 hours or 3 hours backup also is needed, incremental backup. Is this clear? Based on your RPO, based on your RTO, you need to frame your business guidelines. Yes or no?
Correct.
Oh, just a second. Hello, this is Anand. Yeah, I'm sorry. Where we are, RPO and RTO. So understood everyone, RPO, RTO are the two business, what we call as objectives basically. RPO stands for recovery point objectives. The data loss, it focuses on data loss, how much you can afford for data loss, maximum. If you say the 2 hours, only 4 hours or 8 hours, maximum. Beyond that, I cannot afford. So you need to have a plan accordingly. RTO, time objectives, recovery time objectives. So how much time you can afford that acceptable time for recovery, time for recovery. So these are the two aspects which you should know about RPO and RTO. Yeah. Okay. This is yeah. What is RPO and RTO? The time now. Yes. Tell me.
Yeah, third one,
Hmm?
maximum acceptable data loss and
No, second one, the RPO is maximum data acceptable loss.
Ah,
Measurement time.
right.
measure.
RTO is the maximum acceptable time until recovery. So this is measured in data loss, measured in time only. This one also.
Okay.
Data loss, 3 hours, 4 hours, like that. So that is how which we define this RPO. Is this clear?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Right. So it is B.
And, yeah, one question. Like, how do you? I mean, is a client based on the RPO and RTO?
You need to
How do
analyze the
you,
client's requirements.
and then build the.
Build a use case. See, project managers normally they do all this kind of things. So basically, they analyze the system. Basically, see certain servers. If it is a documentation server, what is the maximum data loss? Nothing, nothing much. You have already a healthy backup. Not much changes will be there. But if it is a transaction server, maybe every 5 minutes also it is required. So you need to have some kind of redundancy,
That's yeah.
right? So that is how you need to plan accordingly. Yeah, the first one is B. That is correct. So now, what can you do to quickly replicate or redeploy environments in a disaster? So disaster means a failure. So disaster can happen based on many reasons. One can be a power supply outage. It is also called as a disaster. So you have a UPS backup, you have a generator backup, all those things. So that is one. It can be even a flood. It can be an earthquake, or it can be even a major outages, anything unplanned, anything. These are all called as disasters. Disasters. So how can you quickly replicate or redeploy environments in a disaster? Yes, please.
Third one, cloud formation. Third one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cloud formation templates. So these templates will definitely help you. Within 5-10 minutes, you can redeploy completely. Because as it is, you'll get it. Okay, to duplicate the environments in the same region. Yeah. So this is also a kind of, we spoke already, cloud formation, where you can have a kind of recoveries. A company stores data, third one, stores data in Amazon S3 bucket. Which solution provides the most efficient way to ensure that all new and existing objects and metadata are copied to another region for DR in a different region? Yeah. So this is for S3.
Cross-region replication.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is. We spoke about in S3. We have a CORS. So cross-region replication of a bucket and copy existing bucket objects onto themselves is the easiest one and simplest one. So that what happens? Duplicacy of buckets happen. I mean, in a different region, so that both regions can access with lower latency. Yeah. The fourth one, which any question? Which strategy is the most efficient for EC2 disaster recovery? Fourth one. Which strategy is most efficient for EC2 disaster recovery?
Third
AMI.
one.
AMI, I think AMI.
AMI.
You have to build an AMI. You have to build an AMI. See this one, backup instances in a regular schedule. One, store essential data of the instance and develop rapid rebuild process for compute instances. Read this one also. Synchronize instances with standby instances nearly for continuous basis. Rebuild instances by Amazon AMI from AWS Marketplace.
It should be C.
Backup instance.
C.
Synchronization.
AMI.
So this is for disaster recovery. See, AMIs will only give a healthy backup of the instance. But he's asking for the marketplace.
Market. It's not private, public, private.
Then the first one, backup instance is on
a regular schedule. Is this that is also, I agree that backup instance on a regular schedule means that every daily, or but how do you help? How does it help for DR?
Instances.
For planning is okay. I do agree. Backup is already a process.
Third one, synchronizing so that whenever it fails, like we will have another
Standby.
standby
Standby
instance
instances.
available.
See, if there is a standby, do you call it a DR or business continuity plan? What is the
Or
difference
DR.
between business continuity plan and disaster recovery?
Business continuity plan is standby, and I mean
Absolutely.
it says like synchronizing instance along with the standby instances, right? So it's
So this is
almost
BCP, right? This doesn't come under BCP. This doesn't come under DR. It comes under BCP.
okay.
BCP is costly. It's costly. Basically, you are having 1:1 standby. If one fails, the other one will be there. It is a cluster. It is a high availability. We call it high availability. But DR is something different. DR is that if there is a failure comes, then how quickly you come out. How quickly you come out from the plan.
Second one, storage initial data objects, because it will be like cloud formation.
Absolutely. See, it looks like that. Store essential data in an instance of the instance. I mean, like essential data, very, very important data. Like we do, keep it in a hard disk or something like that, right? Most important one. And develop a rapid rebuild process for compute instances. So you have the data, and if there is a failure, rebuild the process. Rebuild the compute instance and restore it. So that is the fastest way, most efficient. Let me check. Don't commit. Yeah, it is correct. Right? It enables you to rebuild, of course, the instances from AMIs and code that is stored in repositories. The fourth one is B. Fifth one, which service provider automatic failover between multiple endpoints in support of geographic disaster recovery strategy? Geographic disaster recovery. So means that it's not only one location, it can be multiple locations. So if there is an earthquake in Asia, there may not be earthquake in Europe, right? So like that type of situation, how will you plan for disaster recovery strategy?
Route 50.
Route 53.
Absolutely. Route 53. We are gone with geographic Route 50. That is the policy also, geo latency, or what is that? The geo routing policy, geo routing policy. So use that in Route 53. If one region doesn't pick up, I mean one area doesn't pick up, you can even route through the other region. So that is how this geographic Route 53 happens. Yes. Which statement about the backup and restore disaster recovery pattern is true? Yeah. Sixth one. You should have lowest RTO or highest RTO. Sorry, yeah. RTO should be lowest or highest. RPO should be lowest or highest. So when you give your mobile to a shop, whether you ask lower time or higher time.
Third one, sir. Lowest recovery time object, but least cost effective.
So RTO should be lower or higher?
RTO should be higher.
RPO should be
RPO means because
low RPO, high RTO.
yes.
Please remember, high RTO, low RPO. So most cost effective recovery, highest recovery time objective. Is this clear? The first one.
But highest recovery
If it is
time.
lowest RPO, then I would have taken the second one. Yeah. Is most cost effective because primarily you pay data storage and do not pay for maintaining running systems. Okay, seventh one. Answer 2. What is the difference between pilot light and standby disaster recovery patterns? So you have many type of disaster recovery. There is a white paper also. You can go through that. So I'll tell you pilot light, warm standby. Warm standby means when there is a failure, Before the failure comes, there is a standby system which is running warm. Warm means you need not power on. Cold means it is powered off, you need to power on. That is warm standby. 1:1 standby, that is called as warm. Pilot light. Pilot light is something like I'll tell you, minimal things will be there. Pilot light, a small light, when you are walking across the what we call as the dead, what we call as no light at all. A small candle light is also called as a pilot light to show you the way. Is this clear? You go to an ATM center. There are about 10 or 15 services over there. But what is the essential service?
Machine should run.
Getting the cash.
Getting the cash.
That's all.
Correct.
We don't bother whether other services are running or not. Right? What happens if the pin change is not working? Will you make a hangama?
No.
What happens if the checkbook request is not working?
Correct.
It's okay. It's okay. No, nothing much. What happens if the print slip is not coming? It's okay. But what happens if the cash is not coming?
Yeah.
Right? Out of all the 15-20 services which are available on the screen, pilot light is only one. Only one service. That is enough for us. The rest of the other services we can later on take care. When the system is completely healthy, let it work. When the system is not healthy, but at least minimal things should be there. Similarly, for the entire infrastructure, if the power has gone for a failure, or if so and so has gone for a failure, or if network is gone for a failure, but basic things should work. So how do you enable that basic infrastructure? Pilot light. Is this clear? The difference between pilot light, what the understanding about pilot light?
Yes.
Right. Now tell me.
I think the second one and fourth one.
Absolutely. So second one is warm standby as a scaled down version of all the infra and until the disaster occurs. All the infrastructure that runs until a disaster occurs. So it is 1:1. If this is failed, the other one will immediately take care. That is called as warm standby. Pilot light, it's not like that. Has a minimal infrastructure that always runs. That always runs, minimal. So the rest does not run until a disaster occurs. Is this clear? So this is one. This is how you can understand this one. D&D. Yes. So pilot light has a minimal infrastructure that runs all the time, and rest starts when disaster occurs. So warm standby has a full set of scaled down infrastructure that runs all the time. Yeah, eighth one. Multi-site disaster recovery pattern. So here multi-site, you have site A, site B in different locations or different regions or something like that. So how do you basically disaster recovery pattern involve? Automatic failure to the second, fully functional, constant operational system, that is another site. The load is distributed across multiple geographic separated sites to reduce the impact of disasters. Backups are stored in different sites so that they are protected if disaster occurs. Failure to another site, that is not running until it is needed. This one is ruled out. So here you see this one, automatic failure to a second, fully functional, constantly operational system that is into another site. That is called as multi-site disaster recovery. Eighth one is A. Yeah. Ninth one. A company requires a DR solution for a business critical application that provides RPO and RTO in minutes. However, they do not want to pay more than what they need. Which DR pattern would be most likely to meet this requirement? This question may come.
Backup and restore.
Hmm?
Backup and restore.
Backup and restore. See the other things. So they mention very clearly, in minutes. Backup and restore can happen in minutes.
Pilot like.
Hmm?
Multi-site or
Multi-site.
Hmm? Multi-site is too costly.
yeah.
It's too
Pilot
costly.
like.
Pilot light.
Pilot light, he didn't mention about that. So for a business critical application, you see this one?
Mhm.
You cannot go with pilot light for business critical application.
Okay.
And he asked that provides an RPO and RTO in minutes. It's not in hours or even in days.
Then only the bomb is standby this remaining.
Standby.
So the last one is warm standby. You have to go. It is in minutes means you have to go warm standby only. There is no other choice. See, two things you should understand. Business critical. You cannot afford business loss. Okay, that is one. And second thing, he asked for minutes. Definitely, he will say some more things like, and he wants that provides an RPO and RTO also. He mentioned that. So what is the best way to go through that? You cannot go for backup and restore because that is not in minutes. You cannot go in multi-site also. You can go through multi-site, but let us see the other options also. Pilot light will not give you the complete for business critical solutions. They do not want to pay more. Multi-site will be giving the solution, but they do not want to pay more. So warm standby is cheaper than multi-site. Is this clear? Let us go through. Yeah. Okay. Right. So 10th one. This is the last one. Select 3. Storage gateway enables to do. What does storage gateway? We did that a long time back. What is storage gateway does? We did that for data sync also. A gateway, storage gateway. Use SMB or NFS to connect to Amazon S3 service. We use storage gateway. I agree that. Give applications a virtual cloud access on-premises block. No, sorry, it doesn't work. Transfer backup jobs from tape library systems to the cloud. Yes, we do that. We do that. Storage gateway. Without storage gateway, you cannot connect to the tape library. Okay. So Amazon S3 through an application interface, no, not required. We don't use that. Present cloud-based ISKC block storage volumes on on-premises supply. Anything from on-premises to off-site or your cloud, we require storage gateway. Please remember that. Anything from on-site to cloud transfers. Okay, until unless if it is something like file copy or something, rest all type of like data sync or something, you need to have your to the tape library or to ISKC, anything we need to have tape library. So you need to have your storage gateway. So A, C and E. Let me check. Yes. Yes. A, C and E. I don't know. All of you got like this only? Results?
Yes, sir. We are also
Your
getting
score, percentage results, something like that?
yes. Without any numbering.
Probably there is a glitch, I think. But let me check whether it has come tick mark or not. Module 14. Yeah, it has come. If tick has come, that is enough for us. So hence we are left with module 13. Hence we are left with module 13 KC only. Right. So one of the KC is over. So let us learn one topic today. That is Kinesis. Kinesis. So Kinesis is mostly done by the sysops and DevOps, not by us, not much, but still we need to know about something which is very, very. I saw one question coming across in what we call as in our solutions architect. See, again, I tell you one important thing. In your exam, you have about 65 questions. 65 questions total. You all are aware, right? 65 total questions. Out of that 65 questions, I tell you, only 50 questions carry marks. Weightage. 15 questions doesn't carry any weightage, but you don't know which question is that. Is this clear, everyone? Sometimes don't get panic. I got out of syllabus question, sir. I don't know. How do I write like that? So those questions are kept for audit purpose, but we don't know. Is this clear, everyone? 15 questions are unscored content. Unscored content. You will not get score anything. It will come randomly in your exam.
And it could be from any topic. Means we gone through that particular topic or particular fee in what we can say.
That is the reason. See, kinesis is there and there in the syllabus. I don't know, but still we are learning because I saw the question. I'm telling you. But whether weightage is there or not, I don't know. Is this clear? When you see the blueprint, I'll tell you. It is clearly mentioned. AWS Solutions Architect, Associate, Blueprint. So forget about that. Is one part for the exam. Second thing is that we should learn, right? This is the exam guide. So once if you go through the exam guide, you see this one. See this one, exam content contains multiple choice and multiple response. That is correct. See this one. Unanswered questions are scored incorrect. There is no penalty for guessing. The exam includes 50 questions that will affect your score. The exam includes 15 unscored questions that do not affect your score. AWS collects information about candidate performance on these unscored questions to evaluate these questions for future use as scored questions. These unscored questions are not identified in the exam, on the exam. Is this clear? Statutory warning. And your passing score is 720 out of 1000. So that is one of the reason, but still learning the service is always good. Whether it is seriously, whether that score, that topic is having content or not, I don't know. No one knows. No one knows. But we should learn. Learning is mandate for solutions architect, especially for this particular domain. Outside the topics also, you need to go through. How much bandwidth is there? Just go on, go on. They are not asking you to get 1000 out of 1000, right? They are asking you to get 720 only. If you are lucky, it can go in unscored content also. We don't know if you are wrong also. Right. So now let us go through one of the topic which is also relevant for us is Kinesis. Kinesis is again one of the service we use for streaming. Streaming. What is the meaning of stream? Anyone? Stream.
Kind of buffering. Kind of.
Video streaming.
Video stream.
Sorry, Rubina.
Video streaming.
What is stream? Stream.
Live processing of data.
UDP.
And then
Video streaming.
it can be video or it can be data also stream.
UDP.
Transmitting or receiving the data.
Where the data loss can be accepted. Some bytes of data loss accepted.
One keyword, stream. It is flow. Flow, one direction only. When the data is flowing, it is called a stream. Even you see when the water is flowing, we call it a stream. If water is not flowing static, we call as a lake, or we call as a maybe a static one cannot be called as a stream. Is this clear? Only the flow can be called as a stream. So here let me tell you, the data streaming is a continual change of your data is called as a data stream. Continual change. Whether it is video, whether it is data, that is supplementary. So mostly we use even for videos also. We use for videos also. I do agree that. So live streaming and all these things people often do, right? For telecasting, for other things, all these things also we use. But data stream also can be used. Data is coming from different directions. Data is coming from IoT devices. Like if it is a vast organization, then attendance is also coming from different IoT devices, fingerprint. Like that, it can be anything. It can be your access card. Data is coming and it will just land it into, it can be either a bucket or it can be into a database also later on. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just start the presentation about this streaming. Kinesis is AWS Kinesis is one of the service which is mainly meant for AWS data, streams. There are various type of streams, data streams, video streams also is there. So let us go through the Kinesis family. So I'll just maximize. Hope you are all able to see my screen, full screen.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Okay. So here in this Kinesis family, just to understand this one question I saw from the solutions architect. That's why I'm saying about all this thing, the presentation, and it's good for you. So in Kinesis, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 services which are offered in a single one. Kinesis, data streams, data fire hose. Just to understand this one, data video streams. It is video streams and data analytics. So the four things: data stream, video stream, that is two, and fire hose and data analytics. These all come under Kinesis family. Some people say that data stream or video stream. Video is also a data. So the difference between data and video is a like you can see what we call as the digital what we call as live streaming, YouTube and all these things are considered as the video streams. Data means that I'll show you an example of data streams also, where you can capture and even export it to your database also, the data which is there, which can be in the form of tables, etc. also. And what is fire hose and what is analytics also we will learn in this particular one. So here there are some couple of things which you should know. You see this in the first one, data streams. You have data producers where the data is getting generated. Like it can be from Wi-Fi devices, or it can be many other devices also, many other devices from your website or from many other IoT devices, etc., etc. The data is coming. So all this data which is coming, it can be in an analog format or it can be in a digital format also. From the sensors also it comes, the data comes, right? So what it comes and it goes to the shards, that is called as shard. For your understanding, just think that it is like a buffers. It's like a buffer where a temporary hold for your data. The data which is coming from the data producers are streamed to the shards. Shard in Kinesis data. So this is one question which you may get. Shards. So what is the shard? Shard capacity calculator. We will learn all these things. So in streams you have different shards. Shard 1, shard 2, shard 3. More number of shards, more data it can accommodate in stream. More data it can capture. Right? And what is the size of shard? We will learn all those things. Once the data is coming into the shard, it can now be just transferred or sent to the data consumers. Data consumers, I mean where you want to store the data on EC2, or you can use your Lambda, or you can use even S3 bucket, or you can use your even what we call as finally your DynamoDB. You can even play something like data analytics also. What is analytics? just some kind of algorithms, logics, where you can play. The data is there in the raw format in your streams, I mean in your shards. So that data can always be sent through the analytics, and finally the relevant, you can say that my data, I don't want all the data, I want the data to be replaced in so and so format into DynamoDB. You can do such type of things in an analytics. No, I want only filtered data to come across in so and so to my S3 bucket. You can use a Lambda, a Spark, EMR is MapReduce. You can use any of those things. So those are processing tools. So all those things are not very, very important for us. For us, the most important one is the shards. So finally, our target is that whatever is the data producers which has come across from data streams, it has to finally settle in your storage, whether it is DynamoDB or S3, etc. So now let us understand about the shards in detail. So shard consists of a sequence of data records. So default limit of shards is 500, but you can always ask for more. So what does each shard contain? Shard 1, shard 2, you have a sequence number, you have a partition key, and you have a data. The data is the largest one. The maximum says sequence number. So again I tell you, shard 1 has a different sequence number, shard 2 has a different sequence number. The identity is only managed by the sequence number. Let us go through a little bit more. So now you see this one, shard 1, shard 2. You see the differentiation. It has come to the data producers. You see the streams. Shard 1, the identification of shard 1 and shard 2 is with the help of partition key. For everything, as I mentioned that there are three things which are there: sequence number, partition key, and data. So you see this one. In shard 1, you have a partition key. Both of them are same here. For entire shard, the partition key is same. But only thing is difference is sequence number 1, sequence number 2. In shard 2, you have a partition key. So shard is identified by the partition key, and you have different sequence numbers. Don't get confused between shard 1 sequence number and shard 2 sequence number 1. Both of them are different. So you can identify partition keys. If it is same, it is the same shard. But if the sequence number is different, then it is within the same shard. So you can see that here also sequence numbers are different. Sequence 1, sequence 2, like that. So just understand this one, shard 1, shard 2, like that. Default is 500, but you can, 1000. Default is 500, but you can have more also. 500, but you can have more also. So now let us understand about, so here your data blob is 1 MB. 1 MB, the shard size, default size is your 1 MB. Okay. So now in your Kinesis family, I'll speak about this Firehose, the next one. Firehose, very, very important service. So here, the key thing you need to know about in Firehose is ETL. Some of them are aware of this one, ETL, extract. So the role of this Firehose is to extract, transform, and load. ETL, extract, real-time extract. The data is to be extracted, transformed, and loaded. So normally I tell you, so if you want the data movement from one service to another service, it can be done using Firehose. Directly it will not come. So once the data is in the stream, you can use Firehose. From the Firehose, what it does, it's like a pointer which will take to the destination. So this Firehose will let you, you see this one, this is the Firehose, will let you do three things: extract, transform, and load. So running ETL jobs on a streaming data before the data is stored into a data warehousing solution. So this is a must. Without Firehose, it will not go into the data warehouse. That is the final destination. Capturing important data from IoT devices, embedded systems, consumer applications, and storing it into a data lake. So this is how this Firehose will really help you. It basically takes the from the source to the destination. It's like a Firehose which shows the direction, of your service. Right? That is about ETL, that important point which you should know. This is for the exam point, ETL, Firehose. And now let us also go through these video streams. In video streams, you have video devices, nothing. The data streams and video streams are more or less similar. So you see this view CAM and all these things which will be there. So these are the data producers and data consumers will be like your batch consumer or continuous consumer, and finally this data whatever has come can be stored in your S3. So this is a video stream. So S3 or maybe anything else also. It can be even as good as even in your what we call as your EFS or FSX or something like that also. But mostly they do it in S3 and then they push it into some other thing because S3 is cheaper than anything else. Yeah, this is a short template for you to understand when you should use Kinesis video streams. So needs to process real-time streaming video data, batch processing stored in so and so, feed stream data into AWS services. That is video streams. Finally, we'll also understand about this analytics. Analytics is something which is algorithm-based technical orientation. See this one, you want to do some modifications, you want to change something, etc., or you want to do some kind of what we call as logics, you can use this data analytics. You can write. So this is mainly a technical programming oriented, like Lambda functions, etc. also can be used here in this data analytics. So data streams or video streams, okay, data streams comes across from the fire hose, whatever data you can use analytics, and after the analytics, like a simple thing which I tell you, you want to use an analytics, you want to replace male with M, female with F, a small program. You write a small program in Python or maybe PHP or maybe in what we call as in a Lambda function. You write it and then apply it. So when the data is streaming, whenever you see a word called as male, it will be replaced with M. That's all. It's as simple as that. I'm giving you just an outline. Once it has come from the analytics, you can even put it in S3 or maybe Redshift or Athena or anything which is there. Finally, these are the things. This is only a PowerPoint presentation. Right? So yeah, these are some things which you should know, the use cases. So need to stream Apache log files directly from EC2 instance and store them into Redshift. Use a fire hose. Need to stream live video coverage of a sporting event. Use video streams. Need to transform RTL, I mean streaming data, and immediately put it into custom machine learning application. Kinesis streams. Need to query real-time data, create metric graphs and store it into S3. Use Kinesis analytics. Okay. So yeah, final results looks like this in JSON. You have this particular one, everything organized. This is how the data is. I'll show you one of the URL. You can see this particular URL, randomuser.me. I'll just show you. Just a second. This is one of the URL which I wanted to show you, the data stream. You see this one? This is a data which is coming from some IoT devices. You see this one? There are some fields which are there. Just refresh. The data is continuously changing. You see this one? It is continuously changing the data. If you want to capture this data, how will you capture this data? Got it, everyone? This is a data which is coming. This is a randomuser.me. An example which I am giving you. How will you capture this data and put it in the database? You need to have some function, right? So that is Kinesis, I mean what we call as data streams. You apply a shard, you capture this data, put it in Athena, a database. Okay, you write your Lambda functions so that all these things can be organized, because all this organized. If you do not want all these things, I want only out of all these things, maybe a gender, maybe a number, maybe a location, only 3 or 4. You just filter out the 4 number and of course the name and so time zone. That's all. The rest of the other things you don't want. What will you do? You just write a function and then do across. You will get it. If you want, if anyone is interested to do such type of projects, let me know. So here there is a machine learning which is there. The entire project of this one I have already done, but it incurs some charges. I tell you. So here you can see this one, data preparation lab is there, data streaming is there, data preparation lab is there. So in data streaming, you will see the exact exercise. So I have taken this particular one, random user.me, and then captured and kept it, so written some ETL functions and then captured in your what we call as database, and finally to the S3 also. So this particular one, 31 minutes of video which is there. So here the explanation on. Hello, my name is Anand. In the explanation on Kinesis, the basic functionality. So whatever is the presentation which I have shown will be available in this particular one, and also the same website which I have shown you the first, I think, 5 minutes. The 5 minutes is something about the theoretical explanation. This is streaming data collection lab. What you need to do, random user.me. So the process, using this kinetic data streams, you capture, use some analytics, use the firehose, get into the Lambda, store it into S3. These are the functions which gets through in this data collection lab. So I used all the functions. Please go through that. If you are interested, you can do this particular one with the help of this video guidelines. And finally, once after doing all these things, the raw data which you are seeing, you can see in an organized way. I'll just show you. This is a delivery stream. Still more. I have this function, Lambda function also, almost to the end. And you can get it in S3 also. S3, that CSV file, yeah, you have this S3 configuration data stream. Yeah, finally, you have the stream ready. Do this S3 bucket. You can see this Anand user, this is ready. This is data out. Just wait for some time to get your data logging into this. So it basically captures, does all the things, and then you can see the data coming into this bucket. So once, if everything is good, let me go to this bucket. Yeah, you can see this data coming in. One, the data is about streaming. To come. Finally landing into your bucket. Yeah, you can see this. The CSV format you get it. You can download this particular one, which is in the JSON format. The first data has come. You select this, and maybe you can download actions. Download this. See the data now, how it is JSON organized. You see this one. Now you can see this is in a JSON format. I have filtered more or less the data has been downloaded. Like that. If you wait for some more time, more and more data files will be added into my stream and collected into this bucket. Is this clear? If you are interested, see, this is not free lab. Again, I tell you, this is not free lab. This one, you will incur some charges, but you will definitely learn something which is called as even data streaming in machine learning. So yes, this is the first lab which I have given in this, and data preparation is also there. The second lab, in continuation to that. The raw data which is now organized. See this one, how you can even export to Excel file or whatever it is, this particular one which is there. Yeah, any quick questions? So that is a presentation on Kinesis. Yeah, any quick questions from anyone? See, lab means, yes, you have that lab. If you want, you can do. I'm not saying that you please do, but if you do that, fantastic. That is, these are advanced labs. It's not in one go you'll just get it like that. In one go. See, after this lab completion also, the rest 5 minutes is only the cleanup portion. You have to clean up a lot. Otherwise, you will see hectic bills also. And you can see this one, a use case understands about the data stream from external website captured, that is using Firehose, we use this analyze using this kinesis analysis to filter the irrelevant data and also creating a lambda function to capture and place the data into CSV format. If anyone wants to get the code, just let me know. I can organize the code. Especially because writing all the code will take more time and accuracy may not be there. I have all the code, but purposefully I didn't keep here the code.
So what is the means use of this Kinesis? Means where we are using this Kinesis?
Data streams you have. See, today you have big data. You have you see this one. How will the Facebook come to know that today this many number of subscribers has come? Today this many has attended, or when you even keep the photograph itself, automatically you get you are tagged to so and so resources. How all the things are coming across? It is all streaming, right? Streaming, tagging, all the things which are there. Not only you can have your own way, even in WhatsApp also there is a lot of things which are coming across. Even in your organization also, we have many things which are the data is coming from IoT device. How will your attendance streamline from the IoT device? You should have an app, right? Got it? Let me tell you, even if you go to any industry, there are huge sensors, right, in the factory floor. So how the control engineering is coming across? The airport, number of flights are coming across. Every time, every flight is being monitored. This flight has landed at so and so time. Nothing like that. You keep a sensor, automatically it will trigger. The real time, the train, how you are getting the data. The train is already crossed so and so location. Is someone doing all the things?
It is live streaming data is producing and then processing.
All sensors only. All sensors. The data is coming, it is already streaming and it is fed to the app with the help of your what we call scripts. Yes or no? And sitting here, oh, spot my train has already crossed so and so. Who will do all the things manually? Manually means that how much time
Correct.
and how much accuracy will be there. No accuracy will be there, manual means.
Correct.
Right? Got it? So please go through Kinesis a little bit more. Just understand the Kinesis functionality. So this is a service which is not free of cost. Again, I tell you, where is this? I think where is this console? Just go through with the Kinesis. So all these things are self-explanatory, but this is not free service. You don't have permissions. So you see this one, data streams, Firehose and data analytics. These are the three. So in data streams, you have video streams also a part of this. Create a data stream, but you don't have a permission. So the thing is that you need to know about the shards. Shards. Okay, I just wanted to know about the shard calculator, AWS shards calculator. So that question you may get in the exam. So that I forgot to tell about this one. So one shard is equal to 1 Mbps. One shard is equal to 1 Mbps. I can tell you key terminology. Where is that pricing? So for read there is something, for write there is something. So I think for read it is 1 Mbps and write is 2 Mbps. Sorry, reverse I am saying. For write it is 1 Mbps, read is 2 Mbps. So where is that? Okay. See this one, get into maybe North California, North Virginia. Where is that? So you see this one. Pricing example. Let us assume that 100,000 record streaming of 3 KB. So that comes to 3 into 1000, that is 3000. So here rounding off to 3 KB. 3 KB. So the nearest one is 3 KB. హలో నేను ఒక్క 10 minutesలో చేస్తాను నేను. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, shard estimator. So is given monthly charges and all the things which are there. 1000 records into 3, that is so and so. I'll give you the calculations of shards, how it is calculated. Okay. Hope that this is there even in the sessions folder also. Shard ID. I'll share that information. It's not there here. Shard calculations are there. That question may be asked. Yeah, just to understand this one shard is a capacity 1 Mbps of write. As I mentioned, that is correct. 2 Mbps of read. So 2 Mbps. So that is how you should calculate. If there is a read of 500 kbps and if there is a write of 100 kbps, so 100 into 1 is 100. 500 divided by 2 is 250. 250 plus 100 will be 350. Something like that you need to calculate at an hourly rate. Is this clear? So please make a table. How for all the things, capacity calculators, these numeric things, very easy to crack, but you should have a guidelines for each and everything. That is all about this Kinesis. So this is one topic which is maybe you get one question, but still I hope it is clear for all of you. Yeah, any questions from anyone? Okay, fine. So we are left with one more topic, that is containers. So tomorrow we will focus on this containerization, okay, containers and Dockers. So I'll speak about that. So I saw one question coming across from this Dockers and containers. So I'll give you a brief overview about this Docker container. There is a lab for that also. If you want, you can do in a Docker container, especially in my channel. But that is not free. So, but still I'll explain about that. Maybe in future, if clients do demand, you can go through this, what we call is how to create, a Docker. That is the first thing you need to know about this ECR, that is container registry. And then you can see this ECS, that is container service. So along in the container service, you have couple of more functions, like the one is Fargate. So that question has come. Serverless container is called as we call as this Fargate. Okay, so that question has come. Just a lighter topic only. What is Fargate, like that? So just I'll explain about something highlights about that, and also we'll go through the preview of one of the Docker. Okay, so once if you are interested, yes, you can go through that and then do that. If you are facing any difficulties or if you need any more attention, you are always free to ask me all those things. So I think that's all from me. And one more KC is also there. We will try to complete that KC also tomorrow. That is on after completing on this ECS and Docker. That is ECR. Okay. So then we should be completing all the cases. We'll go for a review. I think Monday should be the last day for all of us. For the last day for all of us. If there are any questions from all of you, you can please ask. We will also do a review, and then the thing which is left is for all of you is only exam. So once you complete all your exercises, start working on the exam preparation. So exam preparation is very simple. All the dumps and all those things are very much ready. You have to basically work across on all questions, do a deeper analysis of each and every question. Why this question is right in this particular way? Why this is not right? So, but before that, finish off all your exercises very well. And then let me know if, see, as I promised, C03 questions may come very soon. I don't know when it will be coming, but once it has come, definitely I'll share those questions. So that's all from me. If there are any still further questions, please let me know. We will again take up those things. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your time. Let us catch up again tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.
Thank you, sir. One thing, sir.
Sorry?
One thing, the notes which you have prepared during